welcomes you at Ghare Science Academy, Vidyanagar, Karad. Interactive audio-visual lecture series of physics, chemistry, maths and biology subject for 11th and 12th science students. If you like our lecture series, then please like and subscribe our YouTube channel. Thank you.
The electrical properties of metallic conductors, semiconductors and insulators can be explained on the basis of band theory. We can explain electrical properties on the basis of energy difference between two bands, that is valence band and conduction band, in metals, non-metals and metalloids. We can say that in conductors, insulators and semiconductors. In case of metals, there is conduction band overlaps over the valence band, and therefore when electrical energy is supplied, then electrons can be easily promoted from valence band to conduction band. In case of semiconductors, there is small difference between energies of valence band and conduction band. That means there is small band gap. When electricity is supplied, their electrons can be promoted from valence band to conduction band. In case of insulators, there is very large energy difference between valence band and conduction band. Therefore, electrons from valence band cannot be promoted to the higher energy conduction band, and therefore they do not conduct electricity. In case of metals, electron from valence band easily promoted to the conduction band, and therefore they are act as good conductors. While in case of semiconductors, there is small energy gap, so some of the electrons can be promoted and therefore they can conduct electricity, but their conductivities are less than those of metals. In case of insulators, electrons cannot be promoted from valence band to conduction band, and therefore insulators do not conduct electricity. Now we discuss in detail about semiconductors. We know that conductivities of semiconductors are intermediate between metals and insulators. These semiconductors are further classified into two types, that are intrinsic semiconductors and extrinsic semiconductors. These extrinsic semiconductors are further classified into two types, that are N type of semiconductors and P type of semiconductors. In band theory, we study about band gap, valence band and conduction band. In case of semiconductors, valence band is full of electrons while conduction band is empty, and there is less energy difference between conduction band and valence band. That means band gap or forbidden energy gap is less. Therefore, room temperature is sufficient to promote electrons from valence band to conduction band. Therefore, they can conduct electricity to the some extent. While at higher temperature, when temperature increases, then more electrons can be promoted from valence band to conduction band, and therefore increase in temperature increases the conductivity of semiconductors. Now we discuss about types of semiconductors. There are two main types of semiconductors, that are intrinsic semiconductors and extrinsic semiconductors. First, here we discuss about intrinsic semiconductors. Semiconductors which conduct electricity in their pure forms are called intrinsic semiconductors. For example, pure silicon or pure germanium are intrinsic semiconductors. However, conductivities of these intrinsic semiconductors is quite low at the room temperature. In case to increase conductivity, some impurities are added to intrinsic semiconductor, then they are converted into extrinsic semiconductor. The process of adding small amount of impurities to intrinsic semiconductor is called doping, and that impurities are called dopants. Now we study second type of semiconductors, that are extrinsic semiconductors. Semiconductors formed by adding impurities to intrinsic semiconductor are called extrinsic semiconductors. For example, germanium. Pure germanium is intrinsic semiconductor. When impurity of arsenic is added in it, then it gives extrinsic semiconductor. We know that addition of impurities to intrinsic semiconductor is called doping, and this doping can be takes place in two different ways, that are with electron rich impurity and doping with electron deficient impurity as compared to intrinsic semiconductors. First we discuss about doping with electron rich impurity. We know that pure silicon or germanium are group 14 elements and each consists 4 valence electrons. When group 15 impurity is added to silicon, then its conductivity increases. Pure silicon consists 4 valence electrons, therefore it can form 4 covalent bonds with neighboring silicon atoms. When silicon is doped with group 15 elements, that are phosphorus or arsenic, group 15 elements consist 5 valence electrons. When silicon is doped with group 15 element, then some of the silicon atoms are replaced by group 15 elements. Group 15 elements consist 5 valence electrons, but here they can form only 4 covalent bonds with neighboring silicon atoms and one excess electron is left. This excess electron is delocalized and contributes to electrical conductivity, and therefore when group 15 elements are added to the silicon or germanium, then their conductivities are increases. And this type of extrinsic semiconductors are called N type of semiconductors. So we can say that when pentavalent, that means group 15 impurities are added to intrinsic semiconductors, then they gives N type of extrinsic semiconductor and they conduct electricity due to delocalized electron. Now we discuss about electron deficient impurity. When pure semiconductors, that means intrinsic semiconductors like silicon or germanium, are doped with group 13 elements like boron, aluminium or gallium, they also increases the conductivity of semiconductor. We know that group 13 elements consist only 3 valence electrons. When silicon is doped with group 13 elements, then some of the silicon atoms are replaced by group 13 element atoms. It consists only 3 valence electron, therefore it can form 3 covalent bonds with the neighboring silicon atoms, and therefore one of the electron of neighboring silicon is remaining unpaired and one electron vacancy known as hole is created. To recover this hole, electron from neighboring atom is migrate and it is goes to the hole, so that it creates the vacancy or hole at its original position. Now when electrical field is applied, then These negatively charged electrons are recover whole and migrated towards positive electrode, while holes are migrated towards negative electrode. And these holes are responsible to increase the conductivity of semiconductors, and such type of semiconductors are called p-type of semiconductors. That means when group 13, that is trivalent impurity, is added to intrinsic semiconductor, then it gives p-type of semiconductor. Now we discuss about effect of temperature on electrical conductivity. In case of metals, conductivity decreases with increase in temperature, while in case of semiconductors, conductivity increases with increase in temperature. It can be explained as, in case of metals, electrons are free to move throughout the crystal, while metal ions have fixed position and they can only vibrate at that position. When temperature increases, then metal ions vibrates vigorously, and which disturbs movement of electrons, and therefore it results to decrease in conductivity of metals with increase in temperature. In case of semiconductors, we know that there is small band gap between valence band and conduction band. When temperature increases, then electrons from valence band goes to the conduction band, and which increases electrical conductivity. Therefore, electrical conductivity of semiconductors increases with increase in temperature.
Remember,